Welcome to the future of work, where AI is not just a tool but a colleague. We're witnessing a shift from software as a service to service as a software, where labor and software are merging into one massive market. This fusion is creating massive opportunities for founders and businesses alike. Historically, SaaS companies digitized analog processes, making certain aspects of job descriptions easier to manage. But SaaS could never run itself. It always required a company to maintain a workforce to operate that software. Now, software can both organize and execute tasks, fusing labor and software into one market. This fusion is not just about market expansion, but also about margin expansion. As AI services replace human-centric services enabled by SaaS tools, service margins will become software margins. This combined market and margin expansion is creating opportunities for new tech companies to emerge in areas not yet touched by traditional software. This concept is expected to expand into more manual tasks as new bridges between generative AI and the physical world are created. Construction and manufacturing, large sections of the labor market, are likely the first to witness these changes. However, some roles may disappear as this fusion accelerates, but AI is likely to create a form of Jevons paradox in the long run. The Jevons paradox suggests that increased efficiency leads to a short-term reduction in a resource, but a long-term surge in demand that creates more resource use. Applied here, that means we expect to see more demand for these types of services in the future, providing more job opportunities. AI also provides the opportunity for rapid workforce reskilling, allowing people to shift careers and align themselves with those opportunities. We're seeing two dominant approaches to building companies in this space. The first approach is to sell into an existing job description. For example, Devin, Cognition Labs, AI software engineer, works across the whole software engineer's workflow. It encounters issues and finds solutions, and tells you what it's doing along the way. It works like human labor, down to the communication styles. We expect the first adopters of AI workers to be operations-heavy companies, or SMBs. These businesses, which have traditionally scaled linearly with labor, will now be able to increase their workforce at the click of a button. AI provides infinite leverage, at lower costs, and better outcomes. For these types of businesses, that's transformational. AI works 24/7. It doesn't have bad days. And there are cases where an AI work product may naturally be better than that of a human worker. In the AI era, there's always a question of who reaps greater rewards, startups or incumbents. There are ample opportunities for startups here for several reasons. Specialized AI workers will likely outperform AI incumbents at first because they are performing very specific knowledge work where perfection matters. This is where specialized startups, with niche data and a human in the loop, will vastly outperform unfocused incumbents and gain market share in the opening innings of this transition. Business model conflicts create opportunities. Incumbent service providers in certain industries will stumble with the adoption of a new technology. This presents large opportunities for startups. For example, a full-stack AI law firm, startup, comes along that can provide compatible services to the white-glove firm at a fraction of the cost, across far more cases and clients. They may begin to steal market share away from the white-glove law firm, despite not having the same brand recognition. Every company is considering adopting AI right now, or is at least being pressured to do so. This means that the willingness to work with startups is higher than it has been in the past. While incumbents focus on rolling out these services to their customers, there's room for startups to sell directly into enterprises/incumbents themselves. For software to truly replace services, there has to be relatability, room for the disorder inherent in human use, mistakes, and patient understanding. It has to look and feel like interacting with a person. This software has to have, in some ways, soul. That soul could exist in different ways, from a magical and intuitive user interface to a thoughtful, personalized personality. As the tasks we look to automate become more complex, this soul becomes more important. This is how AI will be able to truly become useful in sectors that require a more hands-on approach, like education, therapy, or healthcare. In the long term, software with a soul may endure far beyond software that seeks to automate repetitive tasks. It's the final step of the true fusion of software and labor. It's not here quite yet, but it is coming. The fusion of labor and software is a game changer. It's creating a new market, new opportunities, and a new way of working. It's not just about automating tasks, but about creating AI colleagues that can work alongside us, augmenting our abilities and freeing us to focus on what we do best. It's about creating software with a soul, software that understands us and adapts to our needs. It's a future that's not quite here yet, but it's coming, and it's going to be transformative.